That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The world's favorite lady badass is back. Sorry, Xena. This episode, I'm going to be reviewing the unfortunately titled Rise of the Tomb Raider. For the sake of this review, I'll be referring to it as Tomb Raider 2-2, Lara's ultimate big game bow hunting challenge. This is of course the second in the series of the reimagined Tomb Raider from Crystal Dynamics. Our story begins with Lara Croft, still reeling from her supernatural encounters in the first game, delving into her father's research to prove that magic shit does exist and there isn't just a horrible mental disorder ravaging the Croft family. Despite warnings from the suspiciously new character Anna, her late father's partner, because we all know people over the age of 40 have partners, not boyfriends. Kevin isn't your boyfriend, alright? He's your partner, and he's not my fucking dad, okay? Fuck! It's here she encounters members of the highly trained and equally ineffective Trinity, the ancient order that were gutted to find out the name Templar was already taken. Their leader is Constantine with a K. He seems like a swell guy. He'll take you out for a drink, nice meal, gouge your eyes out, whatever, you know, cool. I mean, at this point, I kind of stopped paying attention. There's something about a book, and then the source, which is this mythical artifact that apparently grants eternal life or something like that. Anyway, so the long and short of it is, we're in Siberia now. This is where the actual game begins. Lara is almost immediately kidnapped, only to find out that her dear friend Anna is actually the bad guy. Real nice choice in friends, Lara. Maybe you should spend less time raiding tombs and more time checking people's Facebook. Hashtag about to betray Lara. Fucking idiot. This is where she meets Jacob with his suspiciously biblical name. Together they strike a deal to stop Trinity reaching the source. Bad news, boobs and bum fans. Because the game is set in Siberia, Lara Croft will remain dressed throughout. Maybe this is to make her look less like a porn star. Presumably it's to make her more relatable for a super rich, highly trained explorer, adventurer, lady type character. Not to worry though, because the game makes up for it by looking super fucking sexy, and Lara Croft is more badass than ever. And you know, I put on some short shorts just to play it. I think someone should be wearing short shorts at all time. I love it. I love it. You know, sometimes I go to the beach, put my short shorts on. Sometimes I play Tomb Raider, put my short shorts on. Oh Lara, we're matching today. Oh, we're not? You put some clothes on? In fact, let's take a moment to enjoy some of the graphics. Ooh. Ah. Mmm. Have you done something different with your hair? Physics? This place is Tomb Raider 2 Le Book at the metaphorical snowy peak of Greg's officially recognized scale of good graphics in video games. Seriously, if you had these graphics in an open world or sandbox scenario, it would 100% be the best looking video game I ever played. Not only are the environments spectacular, but the characters are realistic and emotive. Coupled with the quality voice acting, this makes a very immersive experience. To be honest, I think if you put the game on easy and just strolled through it, it would be a much more gratifying experience than actually watching any of the Tomb Raider movies. I mean, have you seen them? Oh, hello, my name is Lara Croft. Would you like me to solve some tombs with my guns? Like, I mean, what the fuck? The majority of the gameplay is great. The climbing feels visceral and really actually dangerous. It kind of reminds me a lot of Soul Reaver. I don't know if anybody remembers that game. Maybe some of you PlayStation guys, you got it. You know what I'm... Anyway, but this is not much different from the first game. Though, there has been the addition of the broadhead climbing arrows, which add a whole different slant to the whole climbing thing. It's pretty fun. There are definitely too many shooting sections in the game. Oh, what's that I spy? Is that a bunch of evenly spaced chest-high walls? I guess we're in for a gunfight then. Oh, and while we're talking about shooting, why would you bother to tease her double pistols at the end of the last game if you're not going to include them in this one? Give the people what they want! Though there are a variety of ways that you can dispatch your enemies. This includes trapping corpses, even making little makeshift weapons. You can make Molotovs out of the many bottles of alcohol that are littered around the map. What is this? Why is there so much alcohol here? It's like Charlie Sheen's bar mitzvah. I don't know anything about Jews or Charlie Sheen. Also, there's no way to fire from the hip, so this makes the more difficult encounters really problematic, especially when it comes to melee enemies, because they just come up and beat the shit out of you and there's nothing you can do. You look down your sights and you're looking past them and then you're shooting in the air wildly while they just keep beating your head in with their giant magical hammer or whatever it is they're wielding. The AI could do with a bit of brightening up too. You can't help but laugh when a highly trained soldier's best tactic is to hide behind an explosive barrel and just wait for you to shoot it. I mean, even the mighty ethereal warriors seem to be magnetized to the things, all quietly crouching down, just waiting to explode. You are pleasantly rewarded for exploring. You find things like artifacts and treasures, most of which are unique and detailed in design, which I think is a really nice touch. Wait, is that a toy? Look at that and tell me they're not fucking razor blades. This is also when you find out that there are sudden death traps littered around everywhere. You can just be moseying around some building and then BAM! Spiky death pit. Gutted, Lara. Literally. There are tons of weapon mods and upgrades to choose from, but I found by the end of the game I was so inundated with points that I had everything I wanted and I was just spending them to get rid of them. Obviously they've had to make up for the lack of clothing by putting a bunch of innuendo in the upgrades window. Reinforced shaft, polished receiver, improved gas port. My madam, your gas port is much improved. Considering Lara is supposed to be the good guy, or good girl, is that creepy? Good girl. Anyway, she seems to kill an awful lot of people. So many people. What have you done, Lara? What have you done? The most outstanding part of the game for me is the tombs. In Tomb Raider, you're kidding me. There are loads of tombs you discover as you adventure through the game. Each one has its own unique puzzle inside. It's unfortunate that these have been brushed to the side as optional challenge tombs, because like I already said, you're not exactly short on fucking upgrades, so by the end of the game it seems almost pointless exploring them. In summary, this is one of the better video games I've played recently. Despite the storytelling being average, I still enjoyed playing through the story, and there are sections that move seamlessly between gameplay and cinematic, adding a great pace to the game. The developers have managed to get a variety of environments into the game to stop things becoming repetitive. Clearly there is a lot of thought and care put into designing the world. Each unique artifact that you find comes with its own sound clip that's actually interesting to listen to for a change, and this really helps flesh out the story in the way that the storyline doesn't. The graphics are some of the best I've ever seen, and it really helps immerse you in the world and makes you want to explore. The shooting definitely needs to be cut back, or at least improved upon if there's going to be so much of it in the game, but something tells me that's what the people want. But you know what I think? Fuck people. Well, on that note, thanks for watching the video and I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you did, or even if you didn't, and I'll see you next time.